Good morning and welcome to the Breaking Burnout for Nurses podcast. I'm so happy you're here with us this morning. We have Nick Daneri here, and he is an Air Force veteran. Thank you for your service, Nick. He's a father, a husband, a trauma nurse, and now a healthcare education business owner. So, yes, tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now, because you've done several things in the past. So let us know what you're doing right now.
Hi, Bonnie. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be asked to be on your show. Currently, I'm an ER and ICU nursing director, and I get an opportunity to participate in special projects. Recently, we have gotten stroke certified as a primary stroke center at the Los Angeles facility I'm currently at.
Okay, and can you say the name of your facility? Like give a shout out?
Absolutely. I'm working with Pipeline Healthcare. They are the facility that I'm at is Coast Plaza Hospital in Norwalk.
Oh, right. So that's kind of in Orange County, northern or Orange County, would you say?
You know, it's where the 105 meets the 605. It's a small community hospital in an area that needs a lot of community partners.
Okay, beautiful. That sounded like a commercial they have for the cars, It's at the intersection of these freeways in California. All right, very good. So today we're going to talk about finding purpose in your nursing career. So tell us a bit about how you found your purpose in nursing, and how can you help us find our purpose in nursing if we haven't already found it, right?
Absolutely. You know, finding something that helps you get up in the morning. Nursing can be really hard. Bedside can be very challenging. Body aches, personality, conflict, the turbulence you have when you get a new charting system or workflow. Especially if you got into a really good groove. Knowing why you're there is very important. And I discovered I'm there to be of service to others, not to be impressive, but to be useful. That's what brings me the most satisfaction in my life. When I'm out there, especially younger in my nursing career, trying to be everywhere all at the same time, I'd frequently feel like I'm letting someone down. But if I could focus all my energy on the patient that's right in front of me, that brings me the most joy. It's my purpose. And the purpose is what we say it is. So that's what's real important. So if your purpose is to be impressive or to make some sweeping change, the pursuit of it is going to bring you fulfillment, not necessarily the achievement of it. I think about when I finished nursing school, I was so geeked up to get it done. And when I finished it, I'm like, okay, well, what next? So purpose is not only what we say it is at that moment. I think it's making sure that we have something that will last, or we're prepared to develop a new purpose. It's a lot like the glass empty, half full. We choose what it is. So it's important to make sure that we continue to choose.
Yes, and I think our purpose, each of our purpose is different from each other's. Like our values, our individual values are different from each other's. And so there are so many different values that you could have. And each person has a different set of values that will make a difference in what their purpose is. Now, I'm wondering if you developed some of your values and your purpose while you were in the Air Force. And then
Sure.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. Thanks, Bonnie. I think it had a big impact on me. I'd like to imagine anybody who has the privilege to serve, it has the ability to change you if you allow it to, for better or worse. And growing up, I wasn't malicious, but I was mischievous, running around.
You can tell us, Nick.
I did get in a little trouble when I was younger. Uh, in fact, I got a DUI when I was a teenager, so it was very fortunate I got an opportunity to serve. And when I came back, I wanted to do things better. And it helped me find a purpose to be of service. Most people describe it as service. So it's continued to call me. So finding nursing has been incredible for me. Growing up, I worked as in construction as one of my father's laborers, weekends and summers to earn a little extra money. And when I came back from the service, I attempted to start another construction business because that's what I knew. And maybe it was the timing, or maybe I hadn't matured to be a business owner to endure a recession. But I had to find a new career after that. So after the 2008 recession, I was very fortunate that a buddy of mine said I had earned a GI Bill with the Air Force, and it really impacted me because my service to our country was giving back to me. So I felt very excited to explore this new nursing career. And I like to joke that the best part about nursing is it's air conditioning. And this is coming from a construction background.
Oh, yes. Well, and so as we go along in our lives, our purpose can change, as you grow and you have more experiences and you see the world from different views as you go along. It sounds like your purpose might have kind of altered as from when you were growing up to when you were in the service. And as we all do, I think as we develop, our purpose might change as we go along. So let me ask you, let me back up a little bit. So what did you do? What kind of work did you do in the Air Force? And did that influence you going into nursing?
Oh, I have a off-color anecdotal comment about that.
Okay.
I was in the Air Force. I was a crew chief on F-16 mechanics. So I was a crew chief as a F-16 mechanic. It's a tactical aircraft. It's the fighter jets. Some people associate them with the Blue Angels, but it's a different aircraft. So I got to work on fighter jets, really exciting stuff. And when I was resolved to go into healthcare, that question would come up because it doesn't involve healthcare.
Right.
But I like to think, and I would jokingly say that it's easier to wash poop off your hands than it is hydraulic fluid.
Oh, love it. Yes.
So,
all right.
Yeah,
so
no relation to that, to healthcare.
Well, it sounds almost the opposite, right? But so now when you got out of the Air Force, did you go directly into nursing or did you do something else?
Well, I'm glad we're talking about purpose because finding my purpose was challenging. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I feel people like doing something they're good at, and that can become their purpose. But what I didn't understand as a younger person is you don't become good at something until you do it a lot. In fact, something that you first start doing, you're likely not going to be very good at it at all.
Yes, all of us.
So I got an opportunity to start doing something that I was at the very least interested in, caring for other people. And when I first got out, I started doing something I already felt like I was good at. I got back into construction. I gathered some guys. I attempted to get some contracts, and I was, to a certain extent, somewhat successful on at least piecing together some jobs. People needed block walls, and I knew how to do them. But I didn't know how to run a business, and many people suggested that there was no way they could anticipate the recession in the housing market. Regardless, I thought that was my purpose because I was at the very least proficient in masonry.
Yes.
And when I found that I was unable to support myself, I had to look for a new purpose. And that was very difficult because I was forced to look for a new purpose. I feel people don't typically want to change unless there's inspiration or desperation. Bonnie, I was desperate.
Ah,
So
yes.
I got an opportunity to explore other areas where I could invest in myself to have purpose, to be fulfilled. And that was at Cypress College. I used my GI Bill. I explored the different majors. I almost went into mortuary science
Okay.
because I was concerned about another recession. And I always heard that expression, the only thing you can count on is death and taxes. But I'm very, very fortunate. My father suggested there's more people that want to stay alive than there is passing away. So.
Okay. Yes. Well, I think during that period of time, the recession, um, a lot of people were like almost forced to, uh, find another purpose, and it was almost like not necessarily even finding purpose, or just finding a job. Just the basic how to support yourself until you could actually, like you were fortunate to end up finding really your purpose with nursing. So yeah, I think sometimes you're not looking for purpose. You're just looking for a job, and then as you're growing and you're moving along and learning things, you realize what your purpose is, and then go there to follow it. So you took some nursing classes in college there, or how did you turn to nursing?
Well, as I mentioned before, I ran into a buddy the downturn of the recession, and he was also a veteran. And I was looking for work, day labor work, anything I could find, because I was still recovering from the recession and having to pay off the rest of my expenses from the company. And the only college I could get to, because I sold my personal vehicle to pay my debts from the construction company, was Cypress College, a bus ride away from where I was living. And it had 10 majors. And I went to every one of the workshops. I was in a lucky position. I didn't have a lot of things demanding of my time. And I got to explore every one of their majors. And nursing was the one that stood out. So in a lot of ways, I got lucky. It's not something I sought out to do. I didn't think I would be in nursing, but it is an amazing fit. And I really am feeling fulfilled in the service of others. So once I went to every one of the workshops, this one stood out. I even went to a second workshop. I'm asking myself, am I really going to be a nurse? Sometimes I felt limited because in the construction background, you become a foreman, or you become a heavy equipment operator, contractor, or if you work really hard, maybe you could become an engineer or an architect. Never thought I would get into healthcare, much less nursing, which is so vast now that I've gotten into leadership. And I say I got lucky. I think if you tell yourself you're lucky, you are. Purpose is the meaning you give it, and you likely are what you say you are.
I love it, Nick. So now you actually are doing a couple of things at once. Now you're working at the hospital as a nursing director, but you also have your own business, a healthcare education business that I want to hear more about. But we're running out of time here for this episode, so I would love to have you back on another episode to let us know about that. For right now, we're going to ask for your how we could get in contact with you. Do you have an email or a website or something where we could follow you?
Absolutely. My business is Alacrity Life Support Services. I've overthought the name. Alacrity is a big word, I'm told, that means an eager willingness. And I like to be eager and willing to help. So the business is called Alacrity Life Support Services. It's spelled ALACRITY, and then the letter LSS.com. We have BLS, ACLS, PALS, and we've partnered with an NRP company as well as We are now doing leadership preceptor hours for BSN and MSN students looking for a preceptor.
What's a NRP?
NRP, neonatal resuscitative program.
Okay,
It's
great.
for nurses working in the perinatal.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to have you back for that to tell us more about that. And so for right now, we're going to sign off, but please join us next Monday at 10 o'clock because we are breaking burnout here. Bye.